Hi GlamFam, look at my nails, aren't they cute? Now this is a hooded eye. My hood is really hooded. You can't see my lid at all, and some are more than others and less than others. So that's what a hooded eye is. So let's take these glasses off and get to it. Alright, we're gonna do a date night glam. We're going to make sure that you use eye primer. Either one of these are really, really good. So we're going to get into the Cinnamon Toast Crunch palette. How cute is this? Cat! And we're going to use Cinnamilk, and we're going to put that all over the lid. Okay, you don't need to worry about placement when you're placing just the shadow. It's just all over. And make sure you're packing it. Make sure you're packing it and no swiping. Okay, now we're gonna use this fan brush and go into that same palette and use that really dark brown. Make sure your eyes are not, your eyebrows aren't up or down or squinting, anything like that. Make sure you're looking straight into the camera and go ahead and make that line. Goes from the bottom to the top. Now do the same thing on the other side. One of my sides is more hooded than the other, and this one's very difficult for me. And I know a lot of people have the same issue, but you just got to really work with it. Now what you're gonna see is that it doesn't look right, so we're gonna make this look right. Let's go ahead, tap off some excess, go back into that brown, same palette, and we're going to feather this on the way up. Just to smoke it out a little bit and make it blend into that hood and kind of hide it in a way. We're going to go ahead to that brow bone, mark it, and go ahead and blend. Now, make sure you're looking straight into that mirror and just feather it all the way across there, just like that. Now we're going to take a fluffy brush, blending brush. This is the little Milani one. It's small. Make sure you're at the end of the brush when you're trying to blend. As you see, I moved to the correct spot of the brush to blend. And we're just going to swipe that up, and don't go too forward. Go right to the middle where your pupil is. We're going to go ahead and buff that on through. Make sure not to overblend. You're just going to blend it out too much. Let's go back to that fan brush. We're going to go into the Mean Girls palette by Perfusion and use that black. I don't even know what it's called. Look how dirty that is. Oh my god. Jeez. Alright, we're going to go back into that brown line that we did, and we're going to go make that much darker with this black. Go with a beautiful blending brush. Right into that black, tap it off. We don't want fallout, right? And let's go ahead and smoke this out. That's hot. That's looking good. Oh yeah. Make sure you're still looking into that mirror though. You know, let's get on close. Look into that mirror, you know, straight on. You can close your eye to do the bottom, but make sure you're staying where you have to be placed with hooded eyes. You don't want to go too low. Alright, round it on out. Now we're going to go with a small brush back into that cinnamon palette, into that brown. We always tap it off, you know. And we're going to bring that brown down. You got to connect. Alright, gives you that illusion of a straight line. And you don't want to bring that too far in, or it's going to close the eye. So bring it down, bring it to about the middle, like where your pupil is. almost where you stopped kind of blending. That's where you're gonna bring that bottom, and make sure you smoke it out. Now here's a trick. If you don't have a lot of brushes like me, get one of these off of Amazon and clean your brushes in between. It's really fast. You see, there's nothing on it, nothing left, and that was black on that. No, I'm sorry, I take that back. That was brown. So now we're just gonna go ahead with that clean brush now, and we're gonna smoke that out. Now I'm just making sure both sides are even. And do you see where I stopped? You don't want to go all the way in when you have hooded eyes, because your eyes are already small. So now we're going to go in with a felt tip eyeliner. I'm not going to be perfect with this. The only reason I'm putting it on is because I'm using fake lashes. You always want to put liner on before the fake lashes so you don't see the band. So here's a really small Morphe brush, and I love it to do these little details. It works really well. I've had it for so long. So we're going to go into the Profusion palette, into this really pretty glittery color. I do have to tap some of that off because it's a little too much. I don't want too much glitter on there. Just a little bit. So we're going to swipe that on. We're definitely going to make sure that we're looking into the camera so you're not messing it up. You always look into the camera when you have hooded eyes, like straight. Just always, so you know where you're placing that, not too high. You know, and you can go all over, but make sure you stay in the middle and into the inner corner. Alright, now I'm going to highlight the inner corner. I love this. I've had this for so long. It's air spun. It's like the really, it's so pretty. I've used it in my other videos too. It gives that perfect sheen. Now we're gonna go ahead and conceal these edges and underneath the eye with our concealer, and we're gonna use this little teeny brush to make sure we get that line nice and sharp. All right. Make sure when you're bringing this line over, once you bring it over, bring it down a bit. Pull it down from that line so you have room to blend. Go ahead and with your Tedious Beauty blender, make sure it's tiny bit wet, and let's start blending that out real nice. Make sure you blend it really, really, really well. Alright, so what do we do after we use concealer? We set it. We set it and forget it, just like we do that chicken in the rotisserie, right? So let's go ahead and set that with this little sponge, which worked really, really well. And I'm using the air spun translucent powder. Ooh, looking good. Now we're going to get that waterline with some black eyeliner. This one is waterproof, which is the only one that works in my waterline that doesn't move. I've had it for a while. It's wonderful. So we're going to go ahead and line that until around the pupil or a little bit before it. So here's the thing with your mascara. Stop pumping them. Alright, wiggle it around. When you pump it, all you're doing is putting air into the tube. Putting air into the tube means that it's gonna dry out way faster than it would if you just didn't do that. So we're gonna put our mascara right on the bottom here. Alright, let's curl those lashes the old-fashioned way, right? So when you curl them, what I do is I pump it. So I curl, sit, and then move it a little bit, pump it a little bit, and then I do it about 3 times. And this mascara is so clumpy. Oh my god. It's really good though, but it's so clumpy. Look at all the clumps on it. It's insane. You have to get all those clumps off and all that. So we're gonna wiggle, and bring that on up. And you always want to do this even before you put fake lashes on, so your lashes blend. And look at these wispies. In my opinion, I would have used a little bit more of a thicker lash for this look, but this is all I had at the time, so we're just gonna work with it, right? I clip this a lot. I mean, I clip like half of the lash off, because I don't want it all the way across, because I already have enough lash to cover the inner part of my eye, so we're gonna go ahead and get that on. Oh yeah. Make sure you get it on there good. Why am I looking like? Okay. Yeah, it looks pretty darn good. Let's finish this look off with some Milani Lippy. Let's line those lips, girl. Line those lips. Now, I don't really overline. Okay? I don't really do that. I don't know. I think that people can really see the real line, you know? So it's really deceiving, you know what I mean? Line that top, you see how I'm not really going over the line. I'm staying right on there. Right on it. Looking pretty good. Oh, what? Oh, I dropped it. Oh my. Who is that, girl? Dang. Snatched. How you guys like it? Thank you so much, guys, for watching my video. Please subscribe, comment, share. Everything. And I'll see you guys on the next one, my Glam fam. See you later.